was doing good. That what, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think that was fair that somebody else had to determine what I was worth. And I didn't want to work summers. I was like, I don't want to work summers. I don't want to work during spring break. I want to be home with my kids. I feel like that is my main ministry. And so for me, that was my why. That was my why. My why was I want to create a lifestyle of freedom, time freedom, financial freedom, get myself out of debt. And then once we got out of debt, I wanted to make sure I had the money to like give open-handedly to people. And to be honest, right now, I'm like, I want a maid. I want somebody to clean my house like once a week. I want someone to help me. Like, we have nurses now, but as Raphael gets older and he gets decannulated, we have another kid, like I want a nanny, or I want a lake house. I want to travel without feeling like, oh, we can't do this, right? Or to say no to my kids or say no to my family because we can't afford it. I just don't want that. I grew up like that, and I don't want that for my kids. So having a really powerful why is going to be the first thing that is going to help you actually do the things, do the actions that it's going to take to help you get to those goals. So I want you to just to think about these questions honestly, and I'm going to post it in the team page. But I want you to really honestly think about this as we get into talking about goals and goal setting and how we can really make this business work for you, because I want this business so badly for each and every one of you. Like, I'm like, and like I said, Desiree, like, you're my adopted child, and I'm like, I want this so bad for you. When I met you last year, I was just like, oh, I love this girl so much. So I'm like, I want this for each and every one of us because I believe it's possible. But I can't do the work for anyone. You know what I mean? Like, I can't work, anyone's business because I have to work my own business. So really just going into it, I want you just to really know what it's going to take and know that you guys are fully capable of doing this. So the first question I want you to just answer yes or no in your head is, are you being proof that the products work? Are you drinking your Shakeology Daily or your Daily Sunshine or Beach Bars or Performance Line or whatever? Are you using the workout programs? Are you using the nutrition programs? Are you staying committed to your own journey? Are you picking a program and saying, I'm going to do this from start to finish, no matter what, and sharing your journey along the way? The second question is your status active? Are you getting, if you're Emerald, 50 personal volume, 90 personal volume gets you Success Club, you get bonuses for getting 90. But those are things that, like, you have to be active. If you aren't active, you don't get the team cycle bonus. If people under your team and even like your own coaches or like people that I place underneath you, it's all part of this team cycle. The minute you are inactive, then all of on each of your legs, that volume goes away. So you're losing out on money. Even if you're Emerald and it's like $14, that's $14 a cycle. That's an extra 14 bucks that I could use for whatever. You know what I mean? So like, making sure you stay active is so important. Are you currently receiving monthly subscription product? It kind of goes right along with, is your status active? It also goes back to being proof the product works. You should be getting a monthly subscription product, whether it's Shakeology or Energize, which is my life, or, Daily Sunshine for your kids, Beach Bars, whatever. But you should be getting something because, again, this is part of our business. And we have to be utilizing these tools, because if we're not using them and then we're inviting people to do this journey, or we put a post and we're like, I'm doing this challenge group, I want you guys to come do this with me, people are going to look at you and go, what are you talking about? I don't see you doing anything. I don't see you being proof the product works. What are you talking about? And it ends up being salesy. Have you completed a program from start to finish? Do you listen to the National Wake Up Call each week, whether it's live or the recording? Because that's important. Like, that's a non-negotiable. Like, even if I have to miss it, like when we were on the boat, I still make sure that I get on and catch it, because first of all, it's like, it's a corporate call, right? I mean, if you had a boss, and I know Desiree and Stephanie, like in me, like we worked for a corporate company, and if they were like, you have a staff meeting that you are supposed to attend and you miss that, you miss that meeting, then you're in deep crap. You know what I mean? And thankfully we're our own bosses, but the National Wake Up Call is so good because you walk away with tangible tips and tools that you can use right away. And there's always such good information. So like when people say like, oh, I didn't hear about this, or what, can you tell me more about the Ultimate Portion Fish? If a coach says something, I'm like, did you listen to the National Wake Up Call? Because Sandy goes through all of the announcements. She goes through the FAQs. You can totally find that info yourself. So making sure we watch that is so important. Do you get on the team calls, whether they're live, whether they're recording? Again, team calls are just really great info, and it's always such a great place to see each other and to say, okay, listen, I'm struggling with this. Can you help me with this? I did this and it worked, or I tried this and it didn't work. Can you help? Like, it's just a great place, again, for us to belong as a community, for us to grow together. And my goal and my hope is for our personal team calls is to start getting some of these elite coaches in that can jump in with us. And I mean, to be honest, I have like 20 something people on our team, and I only have 2 on the call right now. You know what I mean? And so it's like, where are your priorities? And again, it's not to diss anyone. I understand that things come up, but I have to do my team calls with Micah the first Wednesday of every month. It's at 9:00 p.m. Eastern. I hate doing them because it's so late, but it is a non-negotiable for me because I need to know what's going on, and I am in charge of my own business. And as my own CEO, I have to make sure that I'm plugged into my community. Are you registered for Summit? Are you going to Summit? Summit? I know, Steph, you probably don't have somebody watch the kids.
Right. Right. Probably next year.
All right. So that's a goal that we're working on. Like, we're going to get you to Summit because, girl, it's amazing. I'm so serious.
I've been this is going to be year 5. Yeah. And it's awesome. It's awesome.
It's so fun. It's so fun. Like, I can't even, oh my goodness. If you
aren't being a product of a product, it's a good time and place to start, even though today is better. Sometimes you get off track, and going to Summit can revive your energy. Mm-hmm. It just is so much power that comes out of that, and the personal experiences and the relationships that you build while you're there. Like, I met Amanda there. She was feeding little Raffy.
I was pumping. I'm like,
I was like, oh my God, he's so cute. And I was like, girl, I can understand. I've got, I'm going through similar things, not with kids, but with a husband, and who's just recently gone through all kinds of fun stuff. So I was like, oh my God, he's adorable.
Yeah. And from that, I mean, and just like, even like coaches I've met, and this goes into the next question, are you going to Super Saturday or Super Weekend next weekend? Even if you can't make it to Summit. Yeah, even if you can't make it to Summit, if you can try to get to a Super Saturday, and if there's not one by you, like there's not one by me this year or this quarter. So
you can host one.
And so my friend Crystal and I, she's a local coach. She's not part of my team. And I was like, dude, we should just host one. And then she called me and said, hey, do you know Carl's going to be in Grand Rapids? And I was like, that's like 3 hours away, which is fine. She goes, I smell a road trip. And my other friend, Trish, who we worked together many years ago, she was on the cruise too. And she was like, Grand Rapids is my upline. You should just drive up. So we're probably going to drive up. But if not, I would host it. And you can even host it with a Zoom. So making sure, again, those events are so important. And I love, love, love the community. And the tips, like the tips, the community, you're ahead of the game when you hear the products that are coming out. I'll give you a big hint. They're going to drop a new Recover. Vegan Recover is going to come out in May.
Hey, quick question, Stephanie. Where are you located?
I am in Charlotte, North Carolina.
She moved and left me.
Oh, I was going to say, if you're in Texas, you're welcome to join me.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. I'm in Dallas, but Okay.
I was gonna say the ones that are typically around me for Super Saturday are the Espanol ones. I'm like, I'm not gonna get much out of that.
Dang.
Maybe it has subtitles like Mes de Mas.
Yeah.
Maybe they could.
Or you can
there
or
might
you
be
could get
people like
connected
you
with
who
the
need
Hispanic
one.
community.
There might be people like you, Steph, who are like, okay, I need my own. So you technically can host your own. Just and you can even do a Zoom.
I think you have to be Emerald and above to host your own, but they don't really hold, you know, just find an Emerald local.
Yep.
And get it done.
Emerald, you just got to keep it. You just got to keep
I know. My mom's struggling. She's like, you know, she doesn't want to do the business side. She was trying to help me out. And her thing right now is that the amount of time she's having to help with the kids, she's like 54. And she's like, I am so tired. I don't understand. This is not how this was when you were little. And I'm like,
it's different.
Younger. So she's like, I can't even keep up with everything. So
tell her, well, she needs Shakeology for sure, because if she wants that natural boost of energy, that's liquid gold in your hand right there. It saves taking multivitamins.
Energize too. Energize will help.
She does do the Energize. I will tell you that one. I got her on that.
I can't live without
call
Energize.
It mom crack. Even though I'm not a mom, I understand what that means.
That's right. That's right. I love it. So yes, okay. So the next question is, can you verbalize your why? Just like I said at the beginning, if you can verbalize your why, that is going to be the game changer for you guys. That's going to be the thing that when the crap hits the fan and you were like, I don't want to get up and work out. I do not want to send out 100 invites. I do not want to grow my network. I don't want to make this post. I don't want to do this. When you visualize that why and you were like, no, I'm going to do this so that I can stay home with my kids. I'm going to do this because when I hit 5-star and I walk across that stage at Summit, my gift to myself is I'm going to rent a VRBO for my boys for July 4th weekend, and it's going to be amazing. And that's my why. Like, I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to do something for my family that I didn't have when I grew up. So making sure that you can verbalize that, because that's going to be so powerful for you. Are you showing up daily on social media? That's a struggle for a lot of people. And when I have coaches that are like, nobody wants to join my challenge group. And I'm like, are you posting, but are you sharing? Are you just saying, I have a challenge group going, you can buy this or buy this or buy this? Or are you saying like Desiree's post, like that one that we talked about that you did, where you were like, okay, listen, I fell off the bus. I need to get back on, and I need help, and I need accountability partners. Who wants to join me? Let's chat. Something so simple, just sharing the good, the bad, the ugly every day. And not every post has to be about Beachbody, but sharing your journey, sharing things that you're learning in personal development, sharing your, like, how good you feel after a workout, even though, like, I know Stephanie works a lot and her husband's not home a lot. And she's like, she's got 2 kids, she's got 2 babies and a toddler, 2 toddlers now. And, you know, those days when you were like, I did not want to press play today, and it took everything in me to do it. But once I did it, I felt freaking amazing. You know, just kind of those things where I did not want to eat good today. I really just wanted a burger from McDonald's, but I remembered my goals, and I remembered that I had this awesome, you know, little system that I was using that helped me get results, and I'm going to stick to it. I'm determined. I'm dedicated. Just things like that. You know what I mean? So making sure that you're showing up and sharing daily, because again, that builds connection, that builds trust, and those people who you past invited, they're still watching you. Even though they may ghost you or they may not respond to you, they're watching you to see whether you are staying committed to your journey, and that helps build trust. And the more that people trust you and you're speaking to them in their language, the more that they're going to be like, okay, listen, I got to work with you. I need to. I'm at my lowest. Your post hit me, and I need to talk to you about my goals. I need help. right? So, or when you invite them another time or follow up with them, then they're more likely to say, okay, yeah, I'm open to hearing more about your challenge group.
The biggest problem I have with that, though, Amanda, is I feel like people are cheering me on because they've known that I've had weight issues since I was little, and so I'll get 115 likes or comments on a post like we did a week ago, but then there's no action on their part.
So you're leaving a call to action in your posts?
Yep.
Are you direct messaging them? Are you getting into their inbox and connecting with them through there?
I haven't on that particular post, but I was. And the responses I would get is, I'm so happy for you, but this is not something I want to do. Or,
so I would further ask questions about that and be like, what makes you hesitant about it? What have you heard about, what do you know about I really will be like, well, what have you heard about Beachbody?
Mm-hmm.
What have you heard about the things that I do? Because then somebody's either going to say, I've heard this, and you can be like, nope, that's not true at all. Or they'll say, or they won't have an answer. You know what I mean? Because some people will just say things just to say things, so they'll get you off their back. And are you following up with these people? Like, do you just invite them once and then you're just like, oh, well, they said no, and then...
No, I follow up, but I don't want to be the annoying person that follows up like every week or every day.
I don't follow up. I will follow up usually once a month or once every few months until they tell me don't message me anymore, don't invite me anymore. If you continue to like my posts, if you continue to comment or watch my stories or comment on my stuff, I'm going to continue to invite you until you say, please don't invite me anymore. I'm not interested. I never will be interested. Cool. I've had people do that and I was like, great. But in that meantime, while I'm, waiting for the follow-ups, I'm building connections and relationships with them. Like, I'm talking to them about their kids. I'm talking to them about everything but Beachbody. And then they start saying, like, when people will talk to you when their guards are down, when they start seeing like Beachbody or they hear the invite, they kind of just put it in the back of their mind and they get this kind of gloss over their eyes like, oh, she's just trying to sell me. So I won't even talk to them about Beachbody for a long time. And then I'll just connect with them like about their kids or things that we have in common. Now remember, I don't invite every single person to like either the coaching opportunity or a challenge group. I try to invite the people that are responding, that are engaging, that continue to watch, that continue to support me. Those are the people those are your people. Those are the people who are going to be there with you.
Right.
And then when like later down the road, like somebody will say like, I had this girl and she wanted to buy a challenge pack and she was like, hey, I'm getting evicted. And she was like, can you pray for me? And I was like, absolutely. Can I pray for you? And, like that was just a whole different, kind of thing. And I think that it makes people know that you're real and that you're not in it just for a sale, that you're in it because you genuinely are like, I want you to have the best life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So continue doing it, continue building the relationships because that's 3 months down the road, 6 months down the road, a year down the road. It took Stephanie like 4 months, 5 months. It took you a while to say yes. Like I talked to you a few times about it. Stephanie wasn't just like, yes, girl, sign me up. I was like, have you ever thought about doing it? And that was, girl, that was back before I was even as confident about the business as I am now. That was, so you just, when you believe in something, you continue to share it and you don't do it in a way that's salesy. You share it in a way that you were like, listen, I know this can bless your life and I want to help you do that. And when you're ready, I'm here for you. And then leave it at that.
Yeah, it took me 11 months to say yes to my coach. So,
and your coach doesn't even work it anymore. So look who the real winner is. It's you. It's you. Let me see. Oh, my phone shut off, so I can't. Okay. Are you posting on purpose with strategy? So this is a hard one, and I know this is hard for a lot of my coaches. It's hard for a lot of coaches. And for a very long time, it took me a long time to go, what am I posting about and things like that. So what I started to do, and what I know this last month we were doing, I was like, let's get a team calendar set up so that we know what we're promoting to. I left my other calendar downstairs. I brought all my other ones. So, throughout the month, I know, like next week, I'm going to do a declutter free group. And I'm going to do a sneak peek, this week, probably this Friday. But I'm going to do it I'm creating a website. So I'm going to make it like super simple, just a safe place people could come ask questions. I already have my 2 forms on my Linktree. I know the 3rd week I'm going to start promoting my May, my best self group. So always knowing what you're inviting to. And when you're posting things that your people want to hear, which means you have to know who your people are. Who are you targeting your post towards? And throughout this upcoming week, I have scheduled in our team page some really helpful hints and tips that I've picked up from some of the superstar coaches that are doing the Diamond Code. And I was like, wow, this is like really incredible stuff. Like Melissa McAllister, she's been a coach for like 11 years. And her tips are super solid when she talks about branding. That's her jam. When she talks about inviting, it's her jam. Like it's just all right there, and it's so good. So knowing who you're talking to so that you can create your posts to sound like them. Like, I don't know if anyone saw my post that I put out a little earlier with my Transformation Tuesday, when I was talking about just like my struggles with my weight loss. And I showed my very first transformation pic from like almost 4 years ago. And I just talked about like, I get it. Like, I totally understand about being skeptical because I've been there. I've done that. That it takes hard work, and it takes, being consistent even when you don't want to. And that can go for anything, right? But I geared it towards like the women that I talk to that are like, I just don't have time. I'm too busy. Like I could never do what you do, or the people who are like, I'm scared because I've done this before and I've failed and I'm skeptical. And that's who I geared it towards. And I've gotten lots of likes, lots of comments. And like, those are people that I'm like, I'm going to follow up and be like, yeah, I'm so glad that post resonated with you because I'm glad I'm not alone.
And I liked your bathing suit one. I thought that was awesome.
Thanks. That bathing suit was nice. I liked it. But I filled it out by the end of the trip, y'all. I'm not going to lie. I was like, I got to get back home. Too many
people. You're like, no more pizza. No more pizza.
Well, I stayed up entirely too late. I was like, I have not stayed up till 3 a.m. in such a long time. So it was just really kind of funny that 2 nights back to back, and then got up and worked out at like 6 a.m. the next day. I was like, it's stuff that you do.
We're not in our 20s anymore. We're not in our 20s.
We're not.
I told my husband's like, we should go out clubbing. I'm like, yeah, okay.
Sure.
I just hit the big 3-0 this year.
I just turned 38 in October, and I'm like, I'm almost 40.
Desiree, I'm going to be 40 this year, so.
Girl, I feel your pain. I'm like, when did that happen?
You blink, right? You blink, and then it's like, hey.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Continue.
That's okay. That's all right. All right. So the next one, did you hit Success Club last month? Success Club is the benchmark for our businesses. And literally, this is how I've had to get my brain to wrap around it. I'm like, we got average 30 days in a month. We have to help 3 people a month. Minimum. It should be a non-negotiable for us. When I made it a non-negotiable is when my intention got stronger and I did my work with more purpose. I said, okay, non-negotiable. Actually, Success Club 10 is my non-negotiable. And that means that I have to 10x my actions, right? I have to connect with 100. I have to add 100 people to my network a day. I have to talk to 75 new people a day. I have to invite 100 people a week. So, really saying like 3 people. We can help 3 people if we are consistently showing up every single day, doing the daily actions, doing our Success Club tracker. I don't know, here it is. If we're doing our tracker like this every week and just doing these things, we can totally do it. And you can cut the time down. If, like, Stephanie, you're busy, you're so busy, I get it. And Desiree, I know you work too. But, like, honestly, like, if you were like, okay, working out and drinking Shakeology, that you would do that anyway. But, like, if you were like, okay, I can only do this in 1 hour, and this is about 2 hours, 2.5 hours roughly. But if you were like, okay, I only have an hour, get like as many invites you can in 10 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, add new followers and try to, like, set a timer for yourself and just find a influencer that you love. Instagram is such a great market right now for you guys. It is free advertising and free business for us right now. And you can connect with people so much easier on Insta than you can on Facebook. But, like, add new people every day and just set a timer. I just set a timer for 20 minutes. I have a couple influencers, mom bloggers that I love and follow who are like me, who are like their moms. They have messy buns. They're in leggings all the time. They're busy. They're, like, positive. They're fun. They're energetic. They love Aldi. And I'm like, okay, these people follow her, and they got like good followings, like 22,000, 25,000, 50,000 followers. If they're liking and commenting on her posts, those are my people. I just go in and go on one of her pictures, and I'm like, add, follow. And then later, like the next day or so, I go in and I start connect. Once they start following me back, I just shoot them a quick note. Hey, Mandy, thanks so much for the follow, girl. Like, life is cray, and I'm so glad that I have other mama friends that I can connect with. Or sometimes I'll even just find super random people on other people's feeds that are super positive, and I'm just like, okay, listen, today I was like, I just randomly stumbled on your feed, and you're freaking incredible, and I want to be your friend because you're positive, you are fun, and your clothes are awesome, and I wish I could dress as cute as you. You know, just like something to spark up conversation. Everybody likes to be complimented. Everybody likes to feel recognized for something. And everyone likes to be encouraged. So you don't have to do the weird, hey girl, like, you know, blah, blah, blahs, but just be like, I love you and I want to be your friend. I'm weird like that. So people are like, oh my gosh, I want to be your friend too. And I'm like, it's so fun, we can be friends forever. I don't know. It's just weird. That's my
It's
life.
okay. I'm right there with you. I love you, girl.
Like, it's so weird. Okay.
It's not weird. That's what happens when you find your people.
It is, right? I'm like, it's just so organic. And I will say this, is that when I stopped looking at people like prospects, and I stopped looking at people like a challenge pack, I started really looking at people like, are these people that I like want to hang out with? When I invite someone to the coach opportunity and I'm doing my recruiting, I'm looking for like-minded people, like people who are positive, people who are go-getters. Like I try to attract that vibe too. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think if you're really being you and you're being authentic, and if that means you're weird, then be weird all day. But embrace it and know who you want, and know who you want on your team, know who you want to work with in your challenge groups, and go find those people because they're going to most likely be like you.
Mm-hmm.
The next one is, I only got like 3 more. Did you finish a personal development book or program in the last month?
I'm reading You Are a Badass right now, and I'm also doing a Bible study.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard. I know it's hard to get in me time to sit and read, but me and Audible are BFFs. Me and Audible can crush some stuff out on the way to Raffy's physical therapy because he goes once a week and we have to drive like an hour to Ann Arbor and an hour back. And I'm like, Audible, put this book on, you know what I mean? So if you got an Audible on your commute, it helps. Even if you're doing like on YouTube, I don't know if I posted in the team page, it was, yeah, YouTube's always good.
Badass are on there, and Girl Wash Your Face was on there actually.
Oh, really? That's the next one I want to read is Girl Wash Your Face. I heard it was really good.
It was
That
good.
is a great book.
But I like also reading a book because I like to highlight and take notes.
Yeah.
But I can do that with, you just have to get the material in, right? You don't have to see, and that's my thing. If I'm going to sit down and read it, like I want to like delve into it and take notes and highlight and whatever. And it's like, no, Desiree, you just want the information and you want to move on. Like, but you also have to, what I've noticed is some people read the personal development and they never grow from it because they're not coachable from the material in the book. So you have to internalize the data that you're reading as well.
Which is funny because number 14 is, have you implemented a tip, tool, or strategy that you've learned from a training or development in the last month?
Dun, dun.
Which is so true. It's like, we can watch all the trainings, and Danielle Natoni talked about it a lot, and she's just very blunt and flat out. She drops the F-bomb sometimes, or, and I'm like, whoa, but like, she's just very blunt to the point, and she was like, don't do these trainings. Don't pay $20 for this training to get into the pot and be like, I just want to get FaceTime with these girls because they're so incredible and they're top star diamonds. She was like, if you're not putting these tips into practice, she was like, then you're not, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your time. And I was like, wow.
She's Dallas Market Council person, so I get to hear it all the time.
She's amazing. She was working out right by us on the cruise. It was pretty sweet. I was just like,
she's insane.
She is insane, and I was like, I love it. But sometimes you need that.
But she's a fitness instructor here locally, and she does like classes like 6 times a day, and like she's just insane. But in a good way, insane.
Yes, she is. She's great. Like, I'm like, the tips that these ladies have given is phenomenal. So the last one is, are you actively engaged with everyone on your team? And that's just like, are you engaged? Are you in the team page at least once a day, looking, through to welcome new people? Are you engaged in the threads and the pods? Like the pods I do because not everyone in the PS team page, like really honestly, I'll tell you what, I know who's going to show up to a majority of the stuff. And those are the people that I know are going to work the business. Those are the people who I know are like, I'm in it to win it, are the people who show up and take action. So, if you can say yes to all 15 of those, then that's awesome. Then you are rocking this biz. But if there are some where you were like, boy, I need to improve on that, then how can I help you improve on that? What can we do starting today to help you improve so that you can turn those no's into yeses? And that's why I'm going to be putting some just like really helpful tools and tips into the team page to help with like posting, because I know those are struggles for a lot of people. Some tips for inviting, because I know that's a struggle for a lot of people, but really to help us focus on goals, to help us focus on going to the next level, because as a team, and Desiree, you're a part of this too, is that as a team, like we're all part of Team Beachbody, but as a team, I want to see you guys succeed as much as I want to see myself succeed. And I can't run this team by myself. I can't take our team to elite by myself. Like, it's not, we're Team Forge. If Team Forge goes elite, that's because of everyone on the team chipping in and doing their part. And it starts with just literally doing the daily essentials every single day. I know it's hard. Trust me, I have 8 million things that come up in my life every day, but I just take it in chunks. I'm like, okay, you know what? If this hour I can get in, like I can squeeze in 20 minutes and add connections, and that's what I do. And then I take care of Raphael, or you know what I mean? I get up early so that I can do stuff while he's sleeping, or I get my me time in, or, I do this stuff, or if I have to stay up a little bit later to do a team call, then I do that. You know what I mean? But I can't do it for you all, and I love you so much, but I want you to succeed because you are all leaders, and that's why I wanted you on my team. That's why I invited you on my team, because you all are leaders, and I see something so incredible in each of you that I want to help you bring it out, but I can't do it for you. I want to mentor you so that you can go out and mentor everyone else. Huh?
Do it for me, please.
I can't do it for you.
please.
Don't work like that way, baby. I know, I'm sorry. Desiree, are you Emerald?
Lifetime.
So you
I'm
are you are not currently paid Emerald rank.
No.
Okay.
I am a coach. I had 9 coaches on my team at one point. And I've lost them all for one reason or another over time.
Okay.
So none of them, well, actually, I rephrase that. One of them went Emerald. So I was almost Ruby for like a split second. And then it was all gone.
Okay. All right. Well, think
But it's
about
okay.
like
I wasn't a good leader. I didn't understand Beachbody as well as I do now. And also, working a full-time job and having, day-to-day stresses, not that they're excuses, but they should be my reasons and not my excuses. So I'm going to, I have to kick myself in the butt.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
just like your kiddos, they are your reasons, not your excuses.
That's right.
Because people always tell me, like, they're like, I've got the kids. I don't have time to work out. I'm like, girl, those kids need to work out too.
That's right. We have an epidemic of childhood obesity in the United States and Canada and the United Kingdom. There is an epidemic.
Yep.
So I am opening, before I'm going to end with some announcements, but I am opening a diamond mentorship training where I am going to take like 2 of you a month and mentor you personally with weekly one-on-one calls and help you get to diamond. There are qualifications, so you have to hit Success Club and you have to be Emerald in order to be chosen for the mentorship. But it's going to be awesome because, and you'll see because I posted the compensation plan this week with some videos, our retail sales are not what's going to keep us in this business. What's going to keep us in this business is getting coaches, is building a team. Melissa McAllister shared today her son is 2-star diamond. And he had no retail commissions, but his team cycle bonus as a 2-star was $3,000 for the week, this past week. Imagine what you could do with $3,000.
I could quit my job.
Later,
3,000 a week. I could quit my job.
That I believe that was his quarterly bonus. But when the compensation plan, it'll be in the videos, and it's an older video. So it talks about like when we had our club membership and stuff, if you've been around that long. But it's a great video and literally it spells out everything, but really like, I want to help mentor you so that you can lead and mentor others. Like it's a trickle down effect. So that you guys, I mean, you are leaders. You are leaders. You are on this call tonight. You are leaders. So I'm just here to help you get there as I am getting, it's like, I always think of it like someone pours into me and then my cup overflows and I pour into you and then your cup overflows and you pour into someone else. And then, you know what I mean? So it's kind of that trickle down effect. But it's legitimately, I mean, what a blessing that I have to be able to do this and to be able to have you incredible ladies as a part of my team. And I'm blessed and I'm honored, but we got to make it happen. And I can't do it for you. I'm trying to hustle to get my husband to diamond like this week. I'm like, I got to get him to diamond stat because I'm sick of sitting here at diamond myself. I got to get him to diamond, and ebbs and flows, you know how it goes, the ebbs and flows, but I'm like, I've been doing the right behaviors consistently over and over, so it's going to add up. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it. My goal, 5-star by Summit.
So is your husband coaching or are you running his business for him?
So I run his business. I run my mom's business. So those are my 2 emeralds. I'm looking at my whiteboard because I have everyone out on a board. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 coaches on my left leg. On my husband's side, my mom's side, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Some are inactive, so you have to have 6 active coaches, including your emeralds. My husband has 4 coaches on one leg, 3 coaches on the other, and then my sister and my dad are also under him, so I control them. So I can get him to diamond. It's just trying to keep everyone active, which is the hard part. But a lot of them are discount coaches.
Expensive.
It's a hard part. And I can't, just like I can't make anyone press play. You know what I mean? I can't be like, okay, I'm like, I encourage you and I can walk alongside of you, and I do weekly check-ins with my challengers just to be like, how are you? But like, if you don't respond, there's nothing I can do, like it's work with the working. That's the best advice I've ever been given. And that's the same thing I'll tell you guys. Like, you're going to have people as you come in your business, your emerald, like the people who got you to emerald aren't going to get you to diamond. The people who get you to diamond aren't going to get you to star diamond. They're not going to get you to superstar. But, it's just constantly bringing in new energy and being the person that you want to attract, and it'll happen. You just got to be consistent. Yay. So that's the goal. So diamond mentorship, I am taking 2 new ladies every month to take under my wing. But you got to hit Success Clubs. You got to help 3 people, and you got to be active emerald. So hopefully that entices y'all to get on the ball for this month, because we'll start in May. It'll be awesome. So let me close out with a couple announcements. We have a mentor call with our upline team, Team Inspiration, this Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Mountain, and Julie Boris is going to be our guest speaker. So if you can't get on live, I'll make sure that I put the recording in the team page, but it'll be on Micah's team call on her Zoom. So I'll put the link for everything in the team page. So just make sure you put that on your calendar. 9 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern. And then they're also working on a Superstar Surge call. That's going to be Sunday, April 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern. I don't have the link yet, but they're going to be talking about proof the products work, inviting, recognition and celebration, personal development, and social media mindset. And there's going to be like Jamie Innes, Moira Kakaiba, Jessica Jairus, Bonnie Engel, Ruth Schwanner, and Dara Distel, and Julie Boris. So they're going to have some superstar diamond coaches. So I will post that link. I know it'll be recorded, and I think there's 500 or 1,000 people that can join. So as soon as I get the link, I'll make sure I let you guys know so you can jump in. But that's going to be super solid because Micah's been working on this for all of us. So
And
I'm super excited.
This Sunday?
Sunday the 7th. Yep.
Okay.
Yep, Sunday the 7th. And I think that's it. So the big mentor call this Thursday. I put a document in the team page about building your brand. So you want to definitely check that out. That's from Melissa McAllister, and she's got really, really awesome tips about how to create your brand. And it's awesome. Like lots of questions you can ask yourself and things you can ask to really figure out who your target market is. So it's exciting. I'm really excited for this team. I got a couple girls that I'm chatting with who they are on my dream team list of coaches to join us that I've been talking to for months. And one of them called me and said, and she's so funny. She said, okay, girl, listen, I'm ready. And I was like, okay. She was like, no, I'm ready. Like, let's do this. And I was like, okay. And so she like watched Hammer and Chisel, and she like, I've been talking to her for months, and we just started off as friends. And I was like, God, you're so cool. Why can't you just like join my team and we can go to like events together and we can go on cruises together and stuff, because I want to hang out with you in real life. And like, she was like, you're probably the coolest coach I've ever met. And I was like, I love you. And so she's like, I love you. And so, yeah, so we FaceTime each other all the time. We talk about her dating life and everything. But yeah, she's awesome. So she's going to bring lots of new fire to the team. And my friend Mandy that I met, I'm just really excited. Like the we're going places this year, and I'm so excited, and I'm like, I'm trying to keep it down because of the baby. I want him to sleep, but I'm excited. So thank you. Thank you all. Thank you. I love you guys. I'm going to let you guys hop off, and I recorded it, so I will put it in here. I recorded it kind of in the middle, but that's okay. I will post the pick-in under the recording, and I will see you guys. If you have questions, post them in the thread. We're all here to help each other. Everyone's also, Desiree, I'm going to add you to our other coach thread too, not to get overwhelmed, but there's other coaches from other teams in there, and like such a wealth of great knowledge. So we still have our personal thread that's for like planning, talking about things for the month. If you guys have like specific questions towards me, or you can do that bigger coach thread that has lots of other coaches in there and like other like diamond. It's awesome. It's a great thread.
Okay.
All right, ladies. I love you. Have an amazing night, and I will see you Thursday for the mentor call. Bye.